Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
ma'am.
I'm Kartika, one of the event organizer of Pencil Bits, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome all to the 6 days faculty development program on research paper writing and publications in ACI. I feel it's an honor to welcome our chief guest. The today's guest speaker, Mr. N. Rajesh Kumar, sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce with International Business, Hindustan College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. I'm sure that this FDP going to be a great opportunity for all of us. I would like to extend my welcome to our beloved founder and CEO of Pencilwits, Dr. Sangeeta Subramaniam, ma'am, who is constantly organizing these kind of events for research scholars, faculty members like you, and academicians, and for students also. And before going to the FTP program, I would like to share few services that we are providing. Um, we do essay research paper publications for engineering and Scopus indexed journal for disciplines like engineering, management, and commerce. We provide different patent grant services such as Indian design, UK design, Australian design, Indian utility, German utility model, Japanese utility model, US patent application, and Indian copyright. We are glad to share with you that we did 2000 plus patents with 100% success rate. Then we are doing textbook publications for all the disciplines, and we are providing book chapter publications and then PhD assistance for engineering and management. We are doing IEEE paper for engineering. Pencil is constantly organizing many events like seminars, workshops, FTPs for faculties and academicians and research scholars. And for the students, now we have started organizing events like workshops and project contests. So these are the services we are providing. Without any further ado, I would like to, let us get to know about our today's guest speaker, Mr. N. Rajesh Kumar, sir. He has started an assistant professor in Hindustan College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. He has an all-over experience of 3 years. He is pursuing PhD in Bardiyar University in Human Resource and Management. He has an BCom in Banking and Insurance and MCom, and with a diploma degree in Computer Applications. The teaching area interest to him is entrepreneurship, marketing subjects, human resource management. He is specialized in HRM, marketing, and finance. He has published articles related to corporate social responsibility, financial statement analysis in international journals. He has participated a great number of programs in international and national level of faculty development program conference, workshop related to the research oriented, and the journal publication related to programs. He has organized a number of international and national level paper presentation studies oriented. He is an ISC coordinator and also organized several programs. So let's welcome our the guest speaker to present his.
Thank you for the best introduction and a warm welcome from the Kartika ma'am at Pencil Bits Publications, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And good morning to all for the first day faculty development program in the title of How to Write on Publications paper in SCA. Ma'am, can you start the presentation? Kartika ma'am.
Yes, sir, you can start.
Yes, sir. We can start.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. If the slide is visible to all of the participants,
No, sir. Now, okay.
okay. Thank you, ma'am. Good
Kindly
morning to
make it
all.
as, excuse me,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
Kindly make it a slideshow, please.
Ma'am.
Kindly make it a slideshow, please.
Full view presentation,
Full
sir.
view. Full view presentation.
Good morning to all. I'm Deepika. I will be presenting that how to write a journal in SCI. Excuse me, ma'am. Can you mute your audio? Joshua, ma'am. Ma'am, fulfilled. How to write the article data and how to create a title for the journal and also the abstract and keywords original data. What are the statement can be using for the current situations on the title of the journal and who are all the persons that can be presented or published the data in previous years as a journal on related to the researcher's topic and periodical study for the research. It can be represent that what are the timing can be using for a normal data to collect the data collections as a primary and secondary survey analysis for a research and research methodology. Research methodology can be represent that what are all the tools and what are all the specifications of the methodology can be using. And next one, publications means how to the paper can be publications and what are all the papers that have been published on the previous journals. You have to create it. Findings and suggestions, it can be the own content procedure by the researcher in the journal. Reference. Reference can be a previous link. It shows that once again. Reference link. Reference links can be shows that what are all the websites can be used for getting the information to create the journal. On this page, the SCI Science Citation Index has been a international journal with the ISSN number. It can be represent the international standard serial number. It is a part of Web of Science and it will be a many of citations like stream, commerce or accounts or commerce accounts, information technology or science, biotechnology, microbiology, or whatever anything. It can be a represent one. It can be published on the more of 200 journals plus 177 in discipline publications. It can be started from the year of 1985 to 1995 by the international science research peoples. They has been prepared this journal for the research scholars for the all the included of disciplines in the various journals and publications from the site of Web of Science. And this one, it can be a main thing to the Science Citation Index. It present the Science Citation Index has been a main moreover to the various number of types. It can be represent Science Citation Index. It can be specified and a separated one for the journal, the microbiology, biotechnology department, or moreover, whatever any other streams like computer science stream or computer application stream, information technology stream or computer technology stream, all of the peoples on that, it can be represent for the separated science citation index. And next one, SSCI, Social Science Citation Index can be represent for the arts and humanities citation index. Arts and humanities can be represent of more over anything. On arts, it can be considered as a Bachelor of Commerce with the specializations in various number of courses, and moreover, Bachelor of Business Administration can be represent on the arts also. Bachelor of Business Administration with more of specializations, it can be included on that. On the second one, humanities can be classified into human psychology or whatever human rights or whatever anything. It can be as on a humanity sites indication. SSCI will be the more impact of the journal in the SCI to represent the every year of journal publications in the Science Citation Index. And third one, Engineering Citation Index. On the before of two, it can be speculated in difference of the publication to the journal. It can be representing on that. Engineering citation can be as on anything. Moreover, all the machinery items like it can be included on automobile industry or whatever, mechanical industry or whatever, anything, mechanical industry, automobile industry, or normal electrical industry. It can be representing on anything. Moreover, the science citation index journals can be presenting number of journals in like per year. It can be represent to 1500 to 2000 journals in a year of 22 to 23. And I have previously says that is a journal of overall publications by the SCA. It can be represent science, computer science, commerce, and management stream. It can be the three classifications of the journals in the SCI. It can be a 6 months once called for the paper publications in the journal in the field of research. They has been started from the year of 1985. They published 9,000 journals in the Web of Science citation, and they can be have a 177 plus scientific disciplines of journals to publish in their website. Like previously I have said, there's science citation index and social science citation index, engineering citation index, and moreover human arts and everything it can be represented. But instead of science and computer science cannot be as a part of 25 to 30 percentage of the presentations in the year of journal to be published. But moreover, commerce and management can be represent of 60 to 70 percentage of the paper as a journal publications in the year publications of science citation index. And moreover, science can be a normal level of publications. They represent moreover publications in year of minimum payment of amount and normal payment of and non-payment of any other publications from like free journals or paid journals or paid book chapter, paid non-payable book chapter for a book for a payable book or non-payable book. Moreover, all of the thing can be done by the science citation index in the instead of web of science. And these are all the science citation index journals can be preferable for the publications. On that first one, team of seasoned data. Team of seasoned data can be represent for the data can be analyzed and manipulated on the journal. It can be as a corrected one or it can be as a interrupted one. It means a copy paste one or whatever anything. It can be clarified by the team of persons in the science citation index journal. And they can be check and verification by the plagiarism. Examples of plagiarism, the sentence formation or a word formation of a journal can be represent on the team of seasoned data. And moreover, second one, detailed subject experts. On the detailed subject expert, I have been previously says that SCI, SSCI, EI, Science Citation Index, Social Science Citation Index, and moreover Engineering Index. On this three type of experts, they can be using for getting the information and clarifying and checking the plagiarism. All of the thing can be detailed by the subject experts. And moreover, on this subject experts, main of the publications or experts can be from the abroad persons, like main of the chief editor person can be a main person for this one. And it will be shows that experts can be more of the experts can be acceptance of publications because of the experts has checking the verification for the data can be a original one. Most of the data can be using on the site citation index will be a original one and created a new paper publications to detailed subject export to get a clarification. And next one, attention to detail. Attention to detail means it can be represented on the detailed expectations. It shows that what are all the content can be procedures we will be using for the review of literature, or we have been using for the reference or whatever anything we have to attach it on our journal. If I preparing a journal for publish on the science citation index means I have to prepare the journal and I have to attach all the streams like my research topic included of previous journals, and who are all the authors, who are all the authors, when did their publications, all the details have to attain attached on that one. It can be a main one for the publications of SCI. It can be as a corrected format, and it will be a checking plagiarism. The data can be a corrected one or whatever anything. It can be as the main thing. We have to attach the previous year journal of our research topic. And second one, strict quality control. More of the peoples has been doing a major corrections on this one. Strict quality control. Every persons have to know that how to prepare a journal. How to prepare a journal, like what will be the abstract and what will be the keyword. Sorry, what will be the first title of the journal. Second one, what will be the abstract for the journal. What will be the keywords can be using for the journal, and what will be the headings can be using for the journal. Example, introduction, scope, objective, statement of the problem, limitations of the problem, review of literature, research methodology, data collection, findings, suggestions, conclusions, reference, or whatever methodologies can be tools can be using for that means. Instead of science citation index, we have to put analysis with also the graph for the periodical time. It can be mainly checking on that. All the titles can be included. Most of the reference link will be the major one for the science citation index to check the journal will be a original or fake fraud journal, anything. Next one, offered pricing. Offered pricing can be classified into two categories on this science citation index. It can be representing on the 5,002, starting example of 5,000 to 11,000 on this one. Offered pricing can be some of the people's asking, it can be as a free journal or whatever anything. Excuse me 1 second. Yes, yes, ma'am. Dina Angelina, ma'am. Sir, Mr. Abbas.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir,
Ma'am.
uh, can you explain once more about the previous slide, ma'am?
Which is like
Um,
okay. This one,
this is
this one, or
small summary. This one.
okay, ma'am. Once, ma'am, I have to finish after the two topics. I will go through all the slide after once, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. And Appa
Oh,
Swami, sir, I will show the slide show of after the presentation. All the doubts can be clarified on this one, sir. Sorry. Okay. On this, upfront pricing can be representing as a paid journal or non-paid journal, as a free journal publications. Upfront pricing, for example, it shows that a minimum payment of 5,000 and maximum payment of some 11,000 can be representing for this one to publish our journal in the Science Citation Index. But most of the journals can be published on the non-payable amount, like commerce stream or management stream. It can be non-payable of moreover thing. And moreover, the science citation can be upfront pricing for checking the plagiarism also. They have been offering free for checking the plagiarism to the journal in the research paper. If I submission the paper for the science citation index, they will be freely checking the plagiarism for my journal and acceptance the payment for only the publication of journal. They are not required to get a how to say that not required to get a payment for the checking of plagiarism or anything etc. And last one, the main important of science citation index, client centric approach. Client centric approach can be representing that how the client can be preparing the journal and what are all the procedures can be followed by the researcher. It shows that client centric approach can be a main thing to get detailed information. Further procedures can be followed by the science citation index or the researcher can be using for the methodology to publications. If I publishing, sorry, if I prepare a paper and submit it to the science citation index, they have to check and give instructions or as a corrections or whatever anything means. I have to clearly follow that and I have to create it. But if I not centric on the approach I have been received from the science citation index, if they are not willingness to publish means they have not accept the paper for overall the period. Likewise, checking of plagiarism, the sentence formation is not okay means they have been sending the paper written to me and says that, sir, you have to check this one means I have to check and clarify about that one and resubmission the paper to that one. But instead of I have not prepared means I will get a rejection from the Web of Science in every time. Web of Science of citation Science Citation Index in stating I am not eligible to publish the papers in SCI in every year for a long time, lifetime also. And Angel ma'am, I will repeat this one for second time, ma'am. Science Citation Index journals can be published in the journals. Without this type of instructions can be strictly followed by them. First one, team of seasoned data. It can be represent the data collection and also the members of that seasoned team who are all the like microbiology, biotechnology, commerce, computer science, management stream, who are all the peoples they have been checking every data from the journal which are centered by the researcher. Researcher means the article writer. They have been checking. It can be as a periodical time and it can be as a corrected format or anything. Second one, detailed subject experts. Detailed subject experts. It shows that every papers we when we will submitting to the science citation index, they have been the experts to the committee and submission to the peoples and they will check every details. Like I have been previously said, the procedure for the journal, every content can be checked by the people and attention to details. Attention to details can be representing that every content of the procedures, like anything, the statement of the problem can be a corrected one. If I'm taking a EHRM on this periodical time, like on this May month or June month, the EHRM content procedure or the impact of EHRM will be a corrected one, or it can be as a rude anything. It can be as a true or false statement, misconduct statement, or anything. It can be a main thing to attention to detailed experts for the the content can be a corrected one. The impact of the journal is a corrected one. or all the things have to check in. Next one, strictly quality control. I have says introduction. The it can be representing on the next slides of the presentation. What are all the content can be procedures for this one? All the things like from the title, abstract keywords, and introduction of the study, scope of the study, objectives of the study, statement of the problem, limitations of the problem, review of literature, research methodology, data collection, period, and moreover, on the every journal we have to include periodic study or periodical of study. What are the time can be using for the data collections to prepare a journal can be a main thing to the every journal. All the things can be quality control strictly followed by the science citation index experts. Upfront pricing. It can be shows that how the papers can be publishing from the payment of minimum to maximum. On this, they have been not requiring the uh, checking of plagiarism for the every journal from science, any computer science, commerce, or management stream, anything of they are not required for the checking of plagiarism. They have been only receiving payment for the journal from the payment of like 5,000 to minimum of 11,000 only. Last one, client centric approach. The paper have to completely followed by the researcher to submission from the publications from to the science citation index. If I submission, I have to follow the procedures to publish the data in the science citation index. Instead of they have been resend the paper and make corrections on that, means I have to follow that one, and I have to recorrect and submission to that one. Instead of I am not able, or I'm not doing that one, means they have been not accept the papers for every every means for the long time, also lifetime we have to not eligible to get it. And this is the main thing for the science citation index. They have been giving the guarantees like assurance of the science citation index. They have been First, they have been classified into six categories. On that first one, error-free documents. On that error-free documents, one second. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Um, okay. On the guarantees of science citation publications, they have been giving six categories of assurance. On that first one, they have been saying that error-free documents. It can be shows that plagiarism have to giving a complete statement of non-identification of errors like sentence formation, word formation, or whatever anything. We have to create on that one, and it can be shows that error-free documents can be as a reference link, a review of literature or content for the procedures like author's name, author's details, abstract keywords, and any of this have to given a proper statement. Author's name and author's details reference link will be a main one for the documents could be referred by the SCI publications. And second one, clarity and concurrence. Clarity and concurrence means we have to give a correct statement. It can be as a wrong. It can be it shows that how to give a correct formation of the sentence statement of the journal. We have to give a clarity. It can be as a corrected format. It can be as a current situation. We have to create and we have to give one. Concurrence means any interruption cannot be included on that one. Clarity will be shows that what are all the formality or what are all the procedures has been used for this one. It can be as a corrected one. If I'm if I want to prepare a journal, first of all I have to give a questionnaire to the peoples and get a clarity, get a correct format, correct sentence format for getting the informations from the people to prepare a journal in the primary or secondary data, whatever any data research methodology. And third one, fast turn around. Fast turn around means if I am publishing the journal, if I want to publish the journal, I have to submission on the current situation. If I have been submission on this evening, they have the paper has been accepting and publishing within the 2 days. Fast turn around, we have to create a fast requirement of the journal to publish in the SCI. And last one, fast turnaround has been published by the SCA, and they have been pushing the journal to publish in the every web of science journals in science or social science, commerce and management stream. They have been fastly requirement to publish the journals instead of giving instructions to correct the journals for the researchers. And next one, confidentiality. They have been giving the current they have been giving the correct formation to publish the statement in the journal as a format. Confidentiality, there has been given moreover confidentiality to the peoples for publishing the data. It can be as a corrected moreover 2 times 3 times or whatever anything, but they giving the assurance to publish the data in the journal. And next one, time delivery. Time delivery means every journal, on not only the science citation index, every journal, the peoples have to get a timely delivery publications. If I'm publishing the journal in the UGC, means I have to properly follow the timeline to get a journal in the hard copy or whatever soft copy, but it can be publishing on the normal time of 2 to 3 days. And moreover, the science citation index can be publishing or minimum 5 to 6 days. The time delivery will be the main instructions to the science citation to follow the publications of data in the journal. And next one, transparent and hassle-free process. Transparent means what are all the journals has been using and why we has been using can be instructions to the research peoples to publish the data. And hassle-free process. Hassle-free process I have been says previously on this one of fraud pricing. Hassle-free process can be representing the pre-plagiarism checking. Transparent means what are all the corrections and what are all the procedures to be using for the publications of journal in the SCA can be represented. Hassle-free process can be representing the pre-plagiarism in the journal publication. If I pay the 5,000 rupees to the science citation publications means they only publish the data on that amount, but they have been checking the plagiarism for the free process. It can be the hassle free process, and it can be shows that recent data of the science citation index publications. This too can be as on a current in the 2020 in the periodical of India. The science citation and the emerging source of science citation can be a main one. On the social science citation index or arts and humanity science citation index cannot be a increased percentage level of publications. Science or emerging science like engineering can be a main impact of publishing the journals in the science citation index. Arts and humanities can be a lower level of percentage like 10%, but emerging science of engineering can be represent 45%, and also science can be representing on 54 percentage. On the scopus, science citation index can be represent of web of science, and the scopus can be represent for the international journal. Both of them will be a main thing, but every person's in the world or anything. They have been focusing only UGC or Web of Science, Scopus, or International Journal of Research, but they have been not interested or not getting any acknowledgement of this one site SCI or ESI, Emerging Science of Science Indexer, or whatever anything on related to SCI. They has not a requirement for this one. There has been only of reputed journals. It can be also a reputed journals with the minimum limitations of the requirement from the researchers. Like what are all the what will be the procedures for publishing the data? In any other people's want to check a plagiarism for the UGC, we have to separately do this one. But on this science citation index, we have been the peoples of the science citation index has been separately do that without any payment of cost. On the 22-23, the social science will be a 30 percentage of publications in data, and moreover science can be as on a 50 percentage, and arts and science can be as on a 5 percentage, but the emerging trends can be as on a 16 percentage. 60 percentage of data can be publishing. Moreover, all the data can be interrupted. This one will be helpful to every people's in the presentation of slide. Every person have to get a clarification about to how to write a journal in the every like UGC, Scopus, Web of Science, International Journal of Research, Science Citation in. First of all, they have to know about what will be the procedure for the writing the journal. What are all the sentence formation and why they have to create that one. On that first one, the abstract, every person wants to know about the abstract keywords, what are all the content can be using for the articles of data. On that one, abstract can be as on a minimum of 10 to 15 lines. It can be shows that overall the content can be using for the journal can be representing on 10 to 15 lines from the introduction to findings and suggestions or conclusions. We have to create a 10 to 15 lines to represent the overall journal in the level of abstract, and it can be as on a normal size of normal font size is 11, and after that we have to create the keywords can be represent if I'm preparing a journal in the marketing means I have to give a keywords like social media marketing or digital marketing, telecommunicating marketing. If I'm doing a HR means I have to create a EHRM one or normal EHR. If I'm doing a finance means I'm choosing um, financial statement analysis or yearly statement analysis of some companies. With that also, I have to give some of other tools like My research tools, like what are all the formulas can be using on that, we have to instead input on the keywords, and it can be represented on also, sorry, it can be as a sorry for that. Keywords can be as on representing one line in the font size of 11 with also line spacing of 1.5. In that abstract and keywords, we have to create the 10 to 50 lines of abstract in the font size of 11 with also keywords in one line. We have to give a line spacing of 1.15 only. Some of the people has have been doing that 1.5 or 2.0 for the normal abstract keywords, but the procedure for preparing the keywords and abstract in the journal to in the level of 10 to 50 lines for the abstract and one line for the keywords to prepare in the font size of 11. And the line spacing for the abstract and keywords will be 1.15. After this, we have to get it into the title of the content. Title of the content can be representing heading is on font 14 size. Like I'm says that introduction, scope objective statement of the problem limitations, and moreover um, review of literature, research methodology, data collection, and findings, suggestions, conclusions, reference, everything we have to do on the heading in the size of 14, and it can be as on a bold. And second one, we have to focus on the content font. Content font can be as on every person has doing the main mistakes of heading, and content can be as on a same format. Every researcher peoples I have been heard or whatever anything, but content procedures or heading will be a differentiate for the journal. We have to give a separate one, like heading we have to give on 14 size of, and we have to give on 12 size for the font size. It can be separately shows the title of the content, and it give the content of the journal to the representative of researcher to publish the data to get the informations, and it can be the line spacing for the 1.5. In the abstract and keywords we have to give us a minimum of 1.15, but on the content side we have been, instead of focusing, we have to give us a 1.5. Articles of data, once again, sorry, articles of data. Every research peoples have to get the clarification about the paper that he or she has been written in the research journal format. They have to get a analysis of for the 6 months in the base of questionnaire, or getting information from the e-journal or whatever anything. He have to give a correct formation in the research research tools with the scientific research in the periodical month of 6 to 7 months. Sorry, sorry, a small mistake. The data can be manipulated for the minimum of 6 months will be the proper research will collected the data information and analysis used. On this, we have been testing that what are all the previous graph shows that the acceptance or non-acceptance, satisfaction, non-satisfaction, what are who are all the response, and minimum number of response can be shows. Who are all the satisfaction and who are all the non-satisfaction focused. On that, it shows that how to get the findings and findings or suggestions can be replaced. On these 3 to 6 categories, we have been focusing to prepare our journal in the periodical of 6 months. We have to get the information of all this one. Who are all okay? Who are all? It means who are all the satisfaction? Who are all the not satisfaction? Who are all the acceptance and who are all the not acceptance? Will be focused and will be get the information about our research topic and get a informations to prepare a new journal in the new method of current situation. and it will be shows that it can be represent who are all the main persons for the acceptance, or who are all give the findings or suggestions. Like number of respondents can be minimum of 150, means the minimum of 100 persons can give a findings or suggestions. It can be as a replaced on that one, or it can be manipulated on that one. Anything it can be shows us on this. We have to get an analysis about that one, and it can be overall on that 150 who are all will be sorry, on that 150 we have to get the information that what are all the main content can be and main procedures can be used for the data. It shows that it shows that the peoples, it shows that machineries or whatever anything it can be shows for a stream of marketing, it can be shows for the stream of finance, it can be shows for a stream of HR. We have to get a clear statement for the preparation of journal. Instead of I'm preparing a marketing journal in the title of digital marketing, previously I have to get a 6 months data, and I have to get a previous journal informations. Who are all given, what are all the suggestions can be using for this one. I have to get a clear statement for this one, and I have to submission. These are all the main content, and these are all the findings and suggestions on the previous slides. I have to get, and I have to submission on my papers. All the peoples have been doing this main mistakes. Um, okay, if you don't mind, can I ask any of the participants give a correct, give a correct title of the journal to a research paper, any of stream, in any of stream, anybody can give a correct heading for a research journal paper. It can be as an it can be as a using opportunity also to get a correct title. Mr. Roger, sir.
Yeah, can it be like demand estimation of office automation equipment in in, uh, uh, in private sector related to Hyderabad?
Sir, the first sentence will be a corrected one, sir. But second of in the private sector have to give us on a first sentence in the simple format, sir.
Fine, sir.
You- Sir,
Sir, sir, I didn't get it. I'm sorry.
sir, can you text your title on the chat box, sir? I will explain it to you on that.
Yes, sir. Fine.
Yes, sir. And, Dr. Murugeshwari, ma'am, is there, ma'am? Okay, she is not there. Okay, Vivekasri, ma'am, ma'am. So any one of can say a correct title for a journal in any of the peoples. Um, I don't know the name of the person, but he has been says that a survey of task secured scheduling and energy effective algorithm in cloud computing. Ma'am, may I know your name, ma'am? Tahir Unisha. Ma'am, ma'am, we have to focus on that only. Yeah, task of secured scheduling in cloud computing for the energy effective algorithms. Many of the peoples had been using the title of the main specialization in the last only, but we have been using on the instead of middle. And she was stimulation of an earthquake forecasting framework to predict active tectonic earthquakes. And she was is the she was sir. We have to use the sentence in the ones on title presentation, sir, instead of not using for the two more times. Stimulation of earthquake forecasting to predict active tectonic in landslides from satellite image. We have to not use the earthquake for two times. We have to using only. And moreover, an early warning system. It cannot using. At early warning system, we have been not required because we have to using the journal title for the current situation. If we are publishing a journal, we have been getting an analysis for the current situation only, not for the previous. We have to focusing on the current situation only. Instead of we have to using as a simulation of an earthquake forecasting framework to predict activity tectonic in landing and landslides from the satellite image. It can be okay, sir. Early warning system can be not represent, sir. And Dr. S. Nagarajan, sir. A comprehensive review of land detection techniques for intelligence vehicles. Sir, it can be given us to, sir. Yeah, challenges and the future directions of the comprehensive review of land. First of all, we have to give the main mistakes has been what will be the usage of the topic. It means we have to given a challenge and the future directions can be first one. If I am preparing a journal means I have been give a title, the impact of EHRM in the social media marketing. I have been shows that the impact will be the first one. Many of the people has been giving it to the last, but we have to instead of giving it to the first one. It shows the title format. It will be a correct statement or correct sentence formation for the journal, sir. Good morning, Yuvraj, sir. So, yes, please, though. Okay, sir. Thank you, Nagarajan, sir. Um, any of others want to get a so we can frame us a survey. Yes, ma'am. It can be a correct format. A survey of energy efficient task securing algorithms in cloud computing. It can be as a correct format, ma'am. The title is okay, ma'am. With pleasure, ma'am. Thank you. Any of others? So we will be continuing on the presenting the slides. May I? May I continue the slides in the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I have been says that the current the proposed statement title has been we have been discussed on this presentation. Some of the peoples has been given the titles and we have been corrected. It can be a corrected format one. One second. Uh, On the title of the journal, we have to use the current topic and innovative title. Innovative title, every people's, not more of our participants or whatever anything people's in the research people's, using the previous titles, like any of the people's has been done the previous year of articles, they have been using and modifying some of the letters in the or some of the words in the journal, preparing a previous years or usual titles. We have to create a new title for the journal. Impact of EHRM in the telecommunications marketing or IT sectors or any other or any other sectors. We have to create every journals in the innovative topic with the current situation or current impact of the research journal that can be using by us. And current topic means if I'm choosing the COVID-19 impact of the journal, sorry impact of the impact of the COVID-19 in the health insurance sector at the time of 2019 to 2020, it can be a corrected one, because on that time the COVID-19 can be a highly impact of affecting the peoples, and some of the peoples caused death. So it can be the peoples has been more implemented of putting an insurance on that periodical time, and they have been focusing to the client, and getting a payment from the claiming insurance from the insurance company has been morely focused. In that time I have been focusing on that one, and I am getting, yeah, this can be a current situation for this one, will be a include. On that previous, yeah, ma'am has been told us that cloud computing. Yeah, yeah, that one will be a main situation. Cloud computing, Internet of Things, and IoT, Internet of Things, cloud computing, or machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence. These are all the current situations of the top research peoples can be using informations and informations and details can be gathering about the journal or the book publications, book chapter. Every person's will be on the current situation, they has been using this five type of topics: artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, Internet of Things, cloud computing. More of the peoples has been using on the computer streams on this five one. And it can be as a current impact. Artificial intelligence can be a 2 years of impact. Moreover, I think 2 years of impact, like artificial intelligence, how to using in the medical sector or engineering sector or whatever educational sector, how to using that. It can be a current topic, and it can be as an innovative for the peoples in the education to, like medical or engineering to medical, anything. It can be as a innovative topics. On second one, recent of technology can be implemented. Recent of technology can be implemented shows that how the technologies, like informations gathered from the websites, journals, whatever anything, or what are all the tools like we have been using for the text. Research methodology can be using, can be shows us on the title. If I'm choosing, yeah, impact of COVID-19 in the health insurance sector for the special reference to Coimbatore city or whatever anything. It shows that I'm specifying that Coimbatore city technology of insurance sector, how will be, can be also effective, or it can be shows the issues, can be representing on that one. Every title of the journal can be represent overall the journal paper would be righted. It will be complemented on that one. And third one, the title should be incorporated in the field of research used by the researcher. Previously, I have been says to the ma'am, cloud computing. If I'm choosing for a marketing means, it can be shows us on the title. Every people have to give information on the title about your research, like a research journal. If I'm choosing a HRM means, I will give a HRM on the title. impact of EHRM in the telecommunication sector, or as a marketing sector, or as a information sector. The title can be incorporated in the heading. We have to clearly define. If I am choosing a finance sector, means I will give a title, a study on impact of financial statement analysis in the company of X or Y, Z or anything. We have to give a correct format statement on the title. It can be as a represented on incorporated in the field of research used by the researcher title. And abstract. I have been previously says that abstract. What is the abstract and why we using that? Abstract can be a small introduction part of the journal. It shows that we have been prepared the introduction, scope, objectives, limitations, statement of the problem, review of literature, findings, suggestions, conclusions, reference, and graphical analysis of the paper we have been used. We have to give us a 10 to 15 lines all over of 7 pages. We have to give us on a 10 to 15 lines on the paper. The content should be also on a 15 lines. It can be as a small introduction part. Overall, the paper, it can be as a small introduction part. And we have to give us on a 10 to 15 lines only minimum of. And it can be the abstract will be the overall of the journal. If I'm preparing a journal and I am submitting to the science citation index, means they have been first of all check the abstract only. First of all, they have been checking the abstract only. They have been checking the abstract, and they get a clarification about overall the journal. Okay, the person will do this type of journals. Sorry, this type of research methodology, this type of analysis, this type of tools, and this type of finding suggestions, reference, or graphical methods can be used for this journal. Can be representation on the abstracted. Excuse me one second. Okay, some of the peoples have saying the yes sir. On what instead of you have been answered to this one? May I know from Dharni Devi ma'am or Shri Vandana ma'am, Appa Swami sir? What will be the expansion of this one, sir? On the title basis, I think. Okay, okay. The abstract of this once again. Okay, ma'am. I have been understand all that one. Keywords of the journal. What will be the keywords can be using for the journal? Anyone can be represent on this one. A person on this present participants can represent any of the keywords can be using for a journal. Anything, any streams of a minimum 3 to 4 keywords can be using for the journal. Anyone can say yes. Okay, sir. It can be accepted. It can be acceptable once corrected. Okay, sir. Where for searching the paper, not it shows that what will be the information. I'm not acceptance for searching. Not at all, sir. For searching the paper is not valid for the keywords. Keywords can be representing on that. It shows that like formulas. If I'm using the survey, sorry, if I'm using the tools like what are all the formulas can be using for this one means um, simple percentage method, chi square method, Yeah, acceptance one, ma'am. Ramya ma'am and Mahesh Kumar sir, Sharma, all this will be acceptance one. With instead of this one, we have to give a formula method. Formula method for that. Instead of formula method for that, we have to give Shiva like technique name or domain name. Sir, it can be given to after the title of the domain name, sir. Technique name, okay, absolute error value. Sir, we have not given the error value to the keywords, sir. Instead of every journal paper, we have to give us the values of a positive only, not as a value of negative, sir. We have to give us a value of positives only. Every peoples have to give us a value of positive only, not as on a value of negative. Yes, other people's. Yes, sir. Nagarajan, sir. Correct, sir. Any other people's rainy Paul, sir, first one will be okay. Okay, sir. Overlapping communities and sir, second one is not acceptance one, sir, because friend recommendation is not instead, sir. We have to give us our own only, not other any other people's recommendations or any other. We have to give us a like digital marketing. We have been getting informations on this area, and we have been using this type of tools. We have to given that only, not as an overlapping communities or what friend recommendations. Yes, sir. Computer vision is a acceptance one, sir. Instead of that above from the survey systematic review to Nagarajan, sir. Instead of Prinipal, it's around man, whatever. Sorry, sir. It cannot be acceptance one. Friend recommendation. We have to give us on that one only. Yes, ma'am. It can be acceptance one. If, if we using this metrics means what are all the techniques or tools can be added on this after the rugage, ma'am. All of this can be acceptance, Nagarajan sir and Kair Unishia, ma'am. All of them will be acceptance one, ma'am. All these things will be, we have to additionally added our tools can be using for this research journal. Geetanjali, ma'am. Corrected, ma'am. Convolutional neural networks. Ma'am, on these two networks, you have to use just one on the keywords, not use the two both. Just give us a regular neural networks or conventional neural networks. Just on this both, you have to give us a one only. On the full journal, you have to give us a two, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. All of this methods, like what are all the heading can be using by the participants, has been acceptance one. And second, instead of you have to give the tools of the study. Like if I'm using the marketing means I have been giving the credits. Sorry, simple percentage method. If I'm using a finance means, if I'm using the finance means, I will give ANOVA, one way ANOVA, two way ANOVA, or chi-square test. Instead of I'm using the HR means, I will use the cloud simulation. One second now. If I'm using the HR means, I will use simple percentage method and chi-square method for getting the analysis of the data. It can be using as a full detailed on the journal, but instead of we have to give a one tool for the keywords in the after the title of journal. In the keywords, we have to given our title like social media marketing or telemarketing. Second one, instead of why we are using like long term, short term impact or long term, short term requirement or whatever anything. After that, we have to give us a tool. If we using both tool or three tools. If I'm using for finance, I'm choosing simple percentage, ANOVA, chi square. Okay, on this three tools I'm using for my research paper, I'm just giving a simple one main tool like ANOVA. It can be represent on the abstract for the main tool can be using for this one. Instead of that, both can be representing for the satisfaction or satisfaction. But on the ANOVA, we have to give a correct statement for number of response can be using for this one. Aarti Mehanda ma'am and Kai Runisha ma'am, both of will be a corrected one ma'am. Simulation tools, okay ma'am, it can be as a corrected one ma'am. Keywords. Title of the journal can be given with the some hints. I says that the social media marketing, sorry, marketing, finance, HR, in the commerce stream and management stream, like logistics, anything. But instead of computer science stream, we have been forwarding means we have to use as a IoT, Internet of Things, or cloud computing, or whatever machine learning, computer learning it can be shows, or deep learning it can be shows. Instead of that, if we using the biological sorry, full of science stream means we have been using that research earthquake or nanotechnology of microscience or nanotechnology of biotechnologies. In the instead of using the modern technological impact of COVID-19 or anything, we have to choosing the title means we have to give one the main impact of that one, like nanotechnology or cloud computing or machine learning. If if instead of marketing or finance or technological HRM or technological logistics, if I'm using a marine industry means I will choose that marine in the area to area like India to Malaysia, or impact of searching instead of inside the country of India. It can be given on that keywords. And second one, main theme of the journal would be mainly used. Main theme of the journal would be mainly used means we have to give the tools. Every journal, every people's were asking us or we are asking other people's what will be the tools can be using for your research. It can be the main impact to the theme. Main theme of the journal will be the tools to the every peoples in the research field. What are all the tools? What will be the theme? It means what will be the field of research is you have been using for your current research. What will be the response to the, sorry, who are all the response to your research, and what will be the main impact on this one, why we using on this one. It can be all the main theme can be using on your keywords. Like I'm 150 response, 200 response, or tools can be using for this one. I'm to using cloud computing means structural tools can be using for this one. If I'm using a logistics means marine industries in SPSS Amuva can be using for this one, or SPSS research tools can be using for this one, can be replacing the main theme of the journal. In every journal, just we have been shown that keywords, every peoples of the research as an author can be representing the research tools for the study, like any of the tools. Third one, figure about the tools could be used for this one. I have been previously says that one. Types or hints of the sector can be used. Types of sectors can be used in a how to say is that it can be as an information technology, telecommunication sector, or biotechnological sector, computer science structure, educational structure, or any other streams like any IT sectors, engineering sectors, any of the people has been using on this title means have to give us on a if I'm using a marketing in the title means I have to give a key on this one. I have to give a keywords like social media marketing or digital marketing or impact of social media marketing, impact of digital marketing. I have to give a hint to the keywords in the related to the title of the journal. So it can be a main thing. Who are all using the original data? What will be what is called the original data? Why we says that the original data? What is mean that? Anup, ma'am, and Appasamy, sir. I will inform you, sir. I will inform you the you have been asked to the SCI index to good journal for CSC artificial intelligence, and I have been and also for Appasamy, sir, for the non-paid. On the last, I will inform you, sir, what will be the main impact to that one, sir. Ramya Erushan, ma'am, and Shiva, sir, real-time data set. Sir, it can be acceptable one, sir. Instead of that, we have to focusing on many of the peoples has been copy paste to the journals from the starting of heading to preference also. If I'm preparing a paper and publishing on the science citation index means instead of mine, my friend or any other person can be using my journal, my topic, my all the content of the procedures can be used, and instead of my name, using her name and publications means it can be as not a consideration of original data. It can be as a cloud journal. Original data means we have to create all the things on our own content only. If I'm preparing a journal means I have been searching for I have been researching for 6 months and I'm preparing the journal after the 6 months instead of getting all the data from the peoples as a response. I have to on that I it will be considered as on the original data. Instead of I'm copy pasting from the other journal related to my research topic, it cannot be considered as a original data. It can be as a cloud data copy pasting from the other people's. It shows that only, sir. The original data can be representing our technical tools and our information can be using for this one or not, whatever anything. On this one, it would be manually used. It shows that we have to give information about the data about our researcher can be manually we have to create and we have to give a tools for the original data we have been implemented on our journal. Second one, the reviews and contents can be current research data. Yes, it can be a main one. Every people has been using for the manipulated data. If I'm preparing a journal on HRM means I have to get information from the respondents and give the current data to the journal. Instead of I'm using the previous journal data and using the manipulated respondents and the manipulated informations means it cannot consider it. We have to get a clear data about the research content from the respondents and what are all the main impact of the current periodical times we have to get it and we have to prepare on the journal. Third one, tools and analysis will be on the current period of study. Yes, if I'm using a HRM means instead of any other people's like on our participants using the same title same field of research they have been using the simple percentage means instead of on that current title I have to use the another formulas. Tools and analysis means formulas and techniques like graphical method have to instead of showing a different one, it can be a corrected one. On that we have been copy pasting means it cannot be considered as a research paper we have been effectively create and publishing to the data. We have to create a we have to create a manual. We have to get an analysis. We have to get information from the respondents, and we have to create a new one. Instead, it can be considered as the original tools and analysis we'll be using for the current periodical study. Respondents analysis can be attached to the journals. Every people is not using this method. Respondents analysis means graphical method. Many of the peoples has been putting as a 150 respondents has been respondents. This of the peoples has been used. This percentage is satisfaction. This percentage is not satisfaction. Only using to their data. Instead of that, they have to create a graphical method or create a graphical tools like manipulated data chart or whatever anything. They have to show us that every journal, instead of you have been previously sees that every graph shows that instead of every year SCI has been presenting science citation index, science social science citation index, engineering index. It can be shows the manipulated graph data. We have to use the respondents analysis in the manipulated graph data in your original respondents side. So statement of the problem. Every people has been using this main equation on your paper. Without this, you cannot prepare a journal and they cannot accept on the paper to publish yours. The statement of the problem will be shows that why. Instead of we using the current topic to prepare a journal means we have to identify what are all the problems, why we have been using the journal. It shows that it can be a part to identify the current situations about the research topic. Current situations about the research topic can be represent what are all the issues and what are all the terminologies can be implemented to the research topic instead of to our research. If I'm preparing for the impact of EHR main, like telecommunication sector, artificial intelligence machinery can be using main of the people's works in the current technological world. For any other instead of technological sector like telecommunications, IT sector, every situation instead of before like 2020 before we are not knowing about the artificial intelligence, but instead of this on this time we will know what is artificial intelligence. It can be replacing the main manpower to their technological situations. If I'm knowing about that means I will choose that topic and preparing the journal means I have been giving the implementations. Instead of 2010, the manpower will be the main causes for the information technology or telecommunication sector. Instead of now, it can be using by the artificial intelligence, machine learning, or robotic science can be using these. So it can be the statement of problem. It can be caused to reduce the manpower. It can be acceptance zone. But instead of the manpower, the man can be a proper technological sector can be using by this. But machineries cannot be using that. Instead of any um mistake situations, it cannot be replaced by that one. But manpower can be used. I will use this content of statement can be I will use this content on this statement of problem. Manpower can be as a okay, but instead of machinery, it cannot be replaced by one. It cannot be satisfaction to the works in the any industry in every technological sector. Why we using the statement of the problem? We have to know the issues and current problems in the research of our title. Review of literature. Review of literature, it shows the first one name of the authors. On that review of literature, we have to give at least number of 8 to 10 review of literature. Once again, sorry. On that review of literature, we have to give a minimum of 10 to 15 review of literatures. Because of every people's is not requirement of review of literature has been implemented. Just putting as a reference links only, not as on a previous years of person's research and their suggestions to the people, suggestions to the related of the research topic, not implementations on that one. Name of the author and year of publications will be an impact of the journal. How long the journal can be preparation from the year of, and who are all the main peoples, who are all the authors can be, who are all the main peoples means who are all the research main impact of using this topic, who are all the normal peoples like research scholar or whatever uh, normal not normal research scholars or teaching faculty members can be using this journal. And next to one, the name of the author and year of publications will be main to the review of literature in these. The review of literature is not means the paper is not considered as a better one. Review of literature will also reference link will be the two main one to show that we have been getting information from the previous year's journals of. Instead of this not the people, sorry, the paper cannot be accepted to publish. It can be considered as a false statement of preparing the journal. Third one, minimum of key points about the review persons. Instead of we have to prepare a minimum of key points about the review of persons. If I'm preparing the journal, I'm says that Mr. X says about this one means it can be as a corrected one. It can be as a acceptance. It can be as a not acceptance or whatever anything. We have to give us on after the review of literature to give suggestions to the review of other persons. So normally, a paper of preparation can be taken how much of time any person can say. If you prepare a journal means what will be the time to conclude to give a conclusion for the journal. Any one of can say is the persons in the participants list or attending the program. Any one of the people can say just a single word. What will be the day of time?
Sir, might be 6 to 8 months.
Yes, sir. 6 to 8 months can be acceptance only, sir. Minimum of 6 months will be the main to prepare a journal. From in starting of getting a Viveka stream, ma'am. Ma'am, normally we have to get informations and research questionnaire from the starting to ending of research tools techniques can be acceptance one for the preparation of journal in 6 months, ma'am. Normal we have to consider of a 6 months. 5 months can be a manipulator like pro journal preparations, ma'am. It can be considered on that one only. Vandita Chauhar, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sir, please this PPT. Sure, ma'am. I will share it to you, ma'am, after the presentation, ma'am. Yes, sir. Absolutely correct. So normally less than 1 month is not acceptance, sir, because of the UGC. You know about the UGC care, sir. How will be there has been preparing. Normally, a paper preparation for the uh, journal is a minimum of 3 to 6 months. Minimum, not at all. Minimum of 6 months because the research tools and techniques using questionnaire basis collections and we have to give up submission and return return of correcting and manipulating the data we have been using for that research. It can be a minimum of 6 months. We prepare a full journal, sir, not less than 1 month, sir. Scopus, Scopus and other journals can be a normal of 6 months, sir. Science citation index, every journal will be, sir. Science citation 1 year cannot be considered, sir. Every journal in the science, computer science or journal, commerce, management stream, every journal we have to prepare from the date of today, whichever means we have to give us a 6 months only, not over than 6 months, not less than also 6 months. Instead of currently 6 months only, so Mr. Om Karam Ravi Shankar, sir. So, so periodical study for the research can be a minimum of 6 months, not less than or more than 6 months. First of all, we have to give a journal report new knowledge. Instead of we have been checking the previous paper publications, we have to get a new information about all the journals. Instead of on my topic, I'm checking 5 journals, means I will getting informations on a 1 point from the 5 journals or any other 5 points from the 5 journals, means I have to give a new information on my research. On second one, interpret research. Interpret research means I have to deeply know about what will be the current procedures. Why what will be the time can be using for that interpret research? What will be the time can be using for my journal instead of 3 months or 6 months or normally 5 months to prepare a journal or getting a data from the peoples or whatever anything. It can be as a deeply uninterpreted about the current and original data from the respondents instead of they are published frequently or the best source for the current information. Frequently means they has been using 6 months of data. If per year I'm publishing a data in the scopus and publishing in the SCI means the both will be the paper of publications in the science citation index and the scopus, but I have to using the current data research information from the respondents from any of a sector. It means we have to get the information from the peoples in the like the respondents. We have to give a current frequently data informations can be collected for our research tools. It shows that best source for the current information can be using for our research tools or research data. So research methodology can be classified into two categories. First one can be represented as a primary data, and second one can be represented as a secondary data. On this primary data, we have been focusing on that only the questionnaire basis only. If we preparing a journal for the time of 6 months means first of all we have to focus on the questionnaire only. We have to focusing on the first questionnaire, preparing a questionnaire and give a survey analysis to the respondents to get information from the respondents. What are all the they can be thinking and why they are being certification, non-certification, or what are the suggestions can be implemented. Sorry, suggestions can be given by the respondents. Can be we have been checking and we have been using for our research tools. It can be considered as on a primary data because of every research the current questionnaire and get information from the respondents can be a main one instead of every research current periodical study and current periodical analysis can be getting from that instead of clients or customers as a respondents means it can be first primary preference. And on the primary data we have to use the graphical research tools because on they giving the current situation of the data about the certification or acceptance or not acceptance. It can be a findings or suggestions or whatever anything in the research methodology to give informations to the research clients. They have to give us a percentage level 70 30 60-40, 50-50, 60, 40-60, 30-70. Instead of that one, they're giving the acceptance formation. Okay, not okay, or instead of acceptance, not acceptance. It can be shown as a differentiated on the graphical method. If I'm figuring figure 1.1, EHRM can be EHRM impact of information technology. 70-30 acceptance means I will give that impact. I will give that graph on that instead of information technology to telecommunication sector. 50-50 means I will give that relation data to the graphical method in the related graphical method to the primary data in the research methodology to give a detailed statement for the primary data. The primary data can be using by the questionnaire format, and we have to clearly using the survey graphical research tools for the analysis of current research data given by the responders as a percentage level accepted. And secondary data all over the peoples has been known. It can be represented to the e-journals, e-website, or e-books. E-journals means we have been checking for the UGC website journals or Scopus website journals, Science Citation Index journals, Web of Science, or International Journal of Science and Research. In the UGC, instead of they are more of like 50 journals of instead UGC CAR 1, UGC CAR 2, instead publications. Moreover, we have been getting the informations on the second preference from that only. We have to give the primary first preference to the respondents questionnaire level. Secondary only we have to choosing on this e-journals, e-website, or e-books. We have to give the second preference to this one. On the previous journals, what are all the says, what are all the review of literature given, what are all the findings and suggestions given, and what are all the who are all the people has been using this type of titles can be given in the secondary data. Tools for the journal. One second. Yeah, okay. Tools for the journal. What is the tool? What will be considered the tools for the journal? What are all the tools? Why we using the tools for the journal? Any people can say why we are using the tools in your journal. Anyone can say why we are using the tools for your journal. Yes, sir. Accept. It's a corrected one, sir. Any other? Um, um, Plagiarism checking is instead of last submission of the paper only, so not on this one.
So tools are the procedure by which we will analyze the data.
Corrected, sir. What are all the analysis can be? What are all the analysis of data can be using by the certification level, not certification level? Why? How can we have been separated or stimulated the data from the acceptance, not acceptance percentage level? Instead of that, we are using the formula, sir. In every situation, every field, like science, computer science, or commerce, or management stream, we are using that type of to stimulate or manipulate the data we have been collected from the respondents to uh, rectify the acceptance or not acceptance ones. This can be represent for the journal publications within the field of research. It can be using for the what are all the acceptance, not acceptance, or what are, why will we will be stimulate the analysis of data that can be collected from the respondents to stimulated for the uh, stimulated, for example, says that how we are using the acceptance, not acceptance, findings or suggestions can be stimulated by the tools of research. On these tools of research, I'm showing this for a commerce stream. On that marketing examples, we have been using like a chi-square test, a simple percentage analysis, weighted average score. On this three, I'm using a marketing journal, means I will give this three type of tools to analyze my data from getting a respondents from the getting a information from the respondents to clarify and stimulate the informations can be used. On and the second one, I am focusing on the ANOVA. On ANOVA, a high level of financial statement can be using on this ANOVA method. One way ANOVA, two way ANOVA, or mainly finance peoples has been using on this ANOVA method only. Not over any other thing like chi-square, anything, simple percentage, anything like weighted average score or rank analysis. Analysis of formulas cannot be using for the finance. Finance only mainly using by the one way ANOVA, two way ANOVA, or moreover anything example of a chi-square test. Both these three will be mainly used for the finance statement. On the human resource management statement, they can be using the rank analysis. It can be using for this. Once again, on this marketing, I have been forgotten to say that one. Simple percentage analysis, weighted average score analysis means the weighted average score analysis shows that what are all the social, instead of I'm choosing two heading for my research tools means social media marketing and digital media marketing means the weighted average score can be replaced to the marketing by using this type of formula. It can be shows that what will be the on this basis what will be the main one. It can be represented by that one, and simple percentage analysis can be represented for that what will be the main impact and what will be the first category of can be classified by that one. And second one, one way, sorry, a number, ANOVA, a number of variables, it can be clarified into number of split ups. It can be classified into finance level, like we have been clarified or separated into 3 years of financial statement can be using for our research means we have been using ANOVA. For split up, or we have to get a clarification about every year of statement for the research, we have to prepare a journal on instead of 21 22 22 23 23 24, instead of we have to using this type of formulas. And last one, your main one, human resource management. Human resource management can be represent for the companies to get information about the working performance of the company management or company employees, like, or any other things in these. Rank analysis can be clarified in the human resource management for if a company has a management after that supervisor after the company workers means on this rank analysis they can be clarified into number of workers acceptance, number of workers not acceptance, number of supervisors acceptance, number of non-supervisors acceptance, or a number of company management okay, number of company management not okay. It can be clarified into rank analysis. And Likert scale analysis, overall number of percentage can be clarified into Likert scale analysis. So this one, we have to get the informations about the publications on our related research topics. The publications can be the main on the journal in the previous year with the reference could be used for the next one. If I'm preparing a journal means I have to get the information from the e-journals, e-website about our about my topic in the previous year journal publications to get the information on the what will be the date of publications, what will be the impact on the current situations, and why we are using this type of publication. And why we are using this publications means what will be the gap of period could be using for this publications. If I'm preparing a title on a HRM or finance means, instead of previously the finance paper published in the 21-22 means on my topic, and instead of using on this current periodical time, means the 3 years of gap will be what are all the impact can be affiliated to the research topic related to my publications. I have been focusing on that. So it can be a publication's main one. From the instead of myself to another or other self to mine in the gap of period. Findings and suggestions. So findings and suggestions. Why we are using the findings and suggestions in the every papers? Every paper, all of you know about the findings and suggestions. But why we are using the findings and suggestions? What will be the main content for the findings and suggestions? See, ma'am, or ma'am, after my presentation, who are all the doubts about the publications or whatever anything? Just clarify it, ma'am. After the presentation. Thank you, ma'am. Anybody can say why we are using the mm, findings and suggestions on our journal. Anyone, anyone people on the participants can say why we are using the findings and suggestions.
Yeah, findings are the report of our analysis, and suggestions are to the company or to the place of where we have worked.
Sir, can you repeat, please?
Sir, findings are the reporting of the
Rajesh sir,
analysis.
one second, one second. Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah, findings are the reporting of our analysis. What are the
Mm.
analysis we have done and what the analysis speaks of. And suggestions are what are the things, what are the gaps that we have found in the while we are doing this study that can be given to the organization for their rectification.
Yes, sir. Absolutely corrected one, sir. And instead of on our research tools and our research topic, we have to give what we have been finding and what are all the suggestions we are providing for our research topic can be implemented on that one. But instead of for future as accepted one, for the suggestions can be using for the future analysis also, Sri Vandana ma'am. Suggestions can be using for the future analysis by our current situation topic in the research tools. And contextual analysis of data explaining its meaning in sentence form. Yes, sir. Conformative one, sir. Data explaining its meaning in the sentence form can be acceptance one. So findings and suggestions. Findings can be replaced that if we are preparing a journal means what are all we have been findings as a positive or negative or a positive or negative or whatever anything we have to give us on a sentence formation and suggestions. If we are getting an information like ideas or whatever suggestions can from the respondents mean we have to implement it on that one also. This two can be replaced for the conclusion before the journal. What are all the findings can be used by the research people, or what are all the suggestions can be used by the research people to give a implementation to the further future research. This one will be a main reference link, where we are been getting the reference links and where are all the informations we are been getting from the where we are been getting the informations from the journals or website or whatever anything, how we have been giving the informations to the journal can be given as a reference in the last of the journal, like searching of books or whatever IDs or whatever anything. Instead of anything, books or website journals, e-books or whatever pre journals in the previous journal or present journal or whatever anything, we have to get the information from this one. If I'm just checking like www.marketingarticles.referencelinks.com, like digital marketing or social media marketing or telemarketing, I'm using that one www dot or whatever anything to get a reference link or reference informations from this speculated my topic. I have to just checking on that and get the informations to this one. On this reference link, we have to give one as a 4 to 5, also 4 to 5 as an three of author's name and two of a reference link also. Many of the peoples has been using as a author's name and the year of publications only, not using the website link to the reference. They has been using every every, not as on every, a whole journal in the publication using as on a review of literature in the author's name, year of publications only. And instead of reference also, they has been using the same format, not as on that one. We have to give a reference link like this on this website journal. I have been getting that like Mr. X on this title in the year of in this website link means I have to putting on that first point. After that, Mr. Y means I will put as an Y. Instead of every people's every journal, I have been giving as an author's name, year of publication, title of the journal, website link. I have been given to the reference only. Is there any limitation for self citation in the points link? Not at all. Limitations means we have to give an answer like a normal of 5 to 6 link. Minimum of maximum anything it can be done, but minimum of we have to give us a limitation of 6 only, sir. 5 to 6 links only, sir. Okay, sir. Um, in the time of starting the program and the middle of the program, many of the people has raised the questions. Can you please ask on this time? There is a time of there is a period of time. There is a limitation of period of time to get queries or doubts about the presentation. So kindly please ask it.
Sir, can you suggest some websites from where we can search for some journals in the area of marketing, finance, and HR?
So normally just every people has not get an information about the UGC, sir. Many of the countries has been preferring the UGC reported journals, sir, or like of German or America. There is a UGC preparation means they're giving a most preference to the journals, sir. Just check it on the UGC website, sir.
So there we find the journals, is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have been finding the journal. Says of how to say that as a original journal or cloud journal with the ISSN number. It can be shows on that one, sir.
See, my question is to write the review of literature.
Okay.
Can you suggest me few journals where journals where you know a website where I could find some journals?
Sir, in the title, sir.
Yeah, title. Yeah, this
Your
is a
title, sir.
title which I wanted to know is this is a finance one.
Okay.
So this is a study on the performance measures taken by DRTs to recover debts from non-performing assets in India.
Sir, instead of I have suggesting some of the journals in the UGC care list, sir, like multidisciplinary research, creative research thoughts, normal International Journal of Science and Commerce and Management, International Journal of Commerce. Many of them there is a limitation, sir. If you want a high impaction of commerce or management stream means just International Journal of Commerce in the search of instead box, it can be shown on to you, sir, in the field of research.
Fine, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Kair Unisha. Ma'am, UGC care list is on the which basis of research field, ma'am? Mm. Ma'am, every UGC care list they has been separated, ma'am. Like how to say is that commerce, management, or science stream on UGC care website. If you go on means it can be separated or classified into many categories. It can be as a computer science stream, journals. Moreover, UGC care will be under care of first in IEEE also, ma'am. Uh, I suggestion to yours is a multidisciplinary research, ma'am. International Journal of Multidisciplinary Research in the UGC care list, ma'am. It will be a high impact and also with the best um, best publication to the computer science streams, ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am, within a week or within a 2 weeks, ma'am. Within a week or two, more over 2 weeks, ma'am. It can be duration for the publications, ma'am. Sir, citation index for the is calculated for a journal in the Google Scholar, sir, or whatever, sir. Thank you, Kayur Unisha, ma'am. Dr. S. Nagarajan, sir. Google Scholar on the basis of searching our journals or articles by others, sir. Shilpa, ma'am, hold on 1 second, ma'am. Hold a second, please. Dr. S. Nagarajan, sir. Google Scholar citation index is calculated for a journal in the basis of our research journals. Our research articles can be searched by others in the name of our publications. Can be how number of people who are all searched for the searched for the publications, who are all searched for the reference link, can be instead of kept saved by the Google Scholar, and it can be show the high impact of the journal citation index journal. So Shilpa Haridas, ma'am. UGC care list journal. Ma'am, every people's for the journal of publication in the UGC, they can be they can be separated and simulated in the categories, ma'am. If you want a UGC care list journal for biotechnology, it can be as on a UGC care website. If you goes means they can be separated into UGC care list journal 1, journal 2 categories. On that, we have been searching for our options as on biotechnology or commerce or management, computer science. It can be separated in the category wise, and also we have been uploading in the title of journal for our suggestions or our options also, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Washiminu Banu, ma'am. Washimin Banu, ma'am. What is the difference between? Ma'am, citation score is our journal reference, ma'am. It can be says that if you have a Google Scholar, you are a doctorate in a PhD means if you created a Google Scholar for uploading your journal publications in the Google Scholar means you have been uploading on that one and you have been as on a public Google Scholar website link. If on your topic I'm searching means I'm searching and my friends are searching on your topic related means searching and preparation for the reference link review of literature or journal means it can be a credit score for your Google Scholar. It can be as a citation score. Who are all the peoples can be getting reference link or getting information from your journal. It can be a credit score adding points your on your Google Scholar. It can be a citation score. Number of persons who are all searching for your papers can be adding a valuable score to your Google Scholar, ma'am. It can be considered as a citation score. And impact of factor can be a different one for uh, like number of percentage high level in the journal. If a journal has a normal, okay, ma'am. Impact of factor can be represented as on every journals like 10 credit scores can be given to that means a minimum of credit scores like 7 percentage of plus point as a benefited one means 7.67 impact of factor. Every people's using that journals like International Journal of Multidisciplinary Research can be using by every people's means it can be the impact of factor using by the other people's as a 7 percentage. It can be considered as on an impact of factor, ma'am. Impact of factor, ma'am.
Sir, would you please let me know how to put my articles on the Google Scholar, please?
Sir, first of all, you have to you have a mail ID, so
Yes,
yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. On that, you have to just go to the web. One second, sir. One second. Sir, on your Gmail ID, you have to go to the Google Scholar and create a how to say that you have to create a link, sir, like www.raju.in. You have to create your ID and prepare your ID, sir, like your name or your designation without and preparing your journals in the year publications and year of publication, name of the journal, who are all the authors, who are all the co-authors, when did the publications, who as on a FDP or a conference or a, present paper presentation, it can be clarified into Google Scholar, sir. It can be separately shows on that one, sir.
So I need to uh, uh, go to my mail and do it.
Go
Yes.
to your email IDs, go to your Gmail ID, sir, and create your Google Scholar ID with your Gmail ID, sir.
Okay, sir. Fine, sir.
On that one, first one will be your Gmail ID, and second one will be your institution mail ID can be preferable, sir.
Fine. So, will I have to give my institution mail ID or personal Gmail?
Uh, Two will be mostly preferable, sir.
Fine, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. And Sunita, ma'am, you have raised your hand. Kindly please ask your question, ma'am. Malar version, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Shall we wind
Ah,
up the session?
yes, ma'am. Wind up, ma'am. Before that, I have to get feedback about my presentation. Any one of can say us about my presentation.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Harshita,
Hello,
ma'am. Yes, please.
participants.
Once again, ma'am.
Yeah,
Sir, yes, sir. Sir,
Ma'am,
is
yes,
there
ma'am.
any link that you're going to share us for feedback?
Ma'am, it can be. You have to get a clarification about from Kartika
Hello.
Murthy, ma'am.
yeah, I will send the feedback
Am I
link later,
audible to
ma'am.
you, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any separate link that you're going to share us for collecting feedback from us?
Yes, ma'am. The organizer person, the, Mrs. Kartika, ma'am, will share you, ma'am.
Okay, sir. One more doubt. You have
Yes, ma'am.
explained about creating a Google Scholar account, right? There is a doubt,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
Is it possible
Yes.
for we people to create a Google Scholar account without any previous presentations, or we don't have any experience into research, sir? Is there any possibility that we can create a Google Scholar account without any paper
Ma'am,
presentations
you're
and
saying
research
that
work?
you have no presentations, right?
Yes, sir. No presentations, no research work. We haven't started anything yet. But is
Hmm.
there any possibility that we can create the Google Scholar account?
Yes, ma'am. Instead of, ma'am, if we want to create a Google Scholar, we have been created that one. After that,
Okay.
we have the options to upload our research oriented
Okay, sir.
titles,
O-
ma'am.
Okay, sir. That is what I wanted to ask you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Once again, instead of mine, the participants have to know that I have been sharing the PPT to the organizer, ma'am. She will be share the PPT to the respective participants.
Okay, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, this is Dr. Raju here.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, we appreciate your efforts in getting the things done for us. We are so thankful to you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.